Climate and energy touch every aspect of our lives. I mean, we're all sitting in a room with the lights on. We all got here somehow. All of these things take energy, and I think a lot of the time we really take this for granted and don't spend a lot of time thinking about how basic energy is to our day-to-day existence. And I'm sure you guys have all heard a lot about climate change and what a massive challenge that is facing us, not just as a country, but as an entire planet. Projections say that Michigan will have the climate of Arkansas within my lifetime. And we honestly don't know how to adjust to that, so we really need to do something as soon as possible about it. What hits people closer to home, I think a lot of times, as more immediate is, I mean, you probably all filled your gas tanks to get here, right? And everyone knows that when we buy oil, we don't have massive oil reserves in the U.S. The majority of our oil comes from outside our borders. From countries that oftentimes don't like us very much. We shift money by the tens of billions of dollars every day to these regimes that we then need to spend many, many billions of dollars trying to fight them, investing in our military and intelligence agencies, and it all seems like, to me, kind of a crazy. The way I think about this is the way we get our energy right now is from coal to produce the vast majority of our electricity and oil to power our transportation. Michigan has neither great supplies of coal nor of oil. So all the money we are constantly spending to power our lives, we are just sending this money out of state, this huge funnel, massively out of state constantly, when we have some of the best potential for wind resources in the country. Just our land-based wind resources in Michigan rank 10th nationwide. When you talk about our offshore wind resources, we are up to number 3 or 4 nationwide. And the other advantage there is a lot of places with these great resources are far from centers of population, right? Like the Great Plains have great wind. They also don't have people. So our energy grid right now can't convey efficiently that energy to where it needs to be. Whereas we're just barely in southwest Michigan right now, right? The lakes right there are close to the power lines to link up to Chicago and Detroit. So we have this potential for wind resources right off the coast that is almost unparalleled. We're talking a lot of jobs. When you look at the jobs data for the state, there are only 2 sectors that have gained any employment at all in the past year or so, and those sectors are healthcare has gained some jobs. They've also been losing them too. Clean energy is one of the only groups of people that are hiring. And that's impressive because they've been relying on private capital to do it. The investment, the public investment hasn't been there yet. And so that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to put in that federal piece. And what's happening now in 2009 is we finally have federal legislation that can get us there.